Welcome to Off the Binge, your ultimate seasonal anime podcast. Each week, we deliver top recommendations, hot takes, and in-depth reviews of the latest episodes from this season's lineup. Join us as we give you your weekly dose of anime coverage.
Two-man team. We're gonna dug this out. We're gonna have a 4-hour podcast, guys. You know, because that's what Crash thinks. That we're not gonna have
5.5 hour podcast.
Yeah, 5.5 hours. Because that's what Walker's told us to do.
Right.
Welcome in. What's up, my Weepsters? Is back. We're off the bench. It's a two-man team. It's Legend D Vash, your Tranquilito House of Tempest. Because Slime is coming back. We got a trailer. We got a teaser. We're fucking excited for it. We are here for anime only next season. Many isekais, but it's not just myself here. Like I said, we have Latino Heat, the House of Tempest, the whole intro you guys have always heard. You guys heard also Crash voice as always. I believe a fan said it that he sounds robotic a couple months ago, but it's not four of us. Neko left us because she's gonna do content and say, hey, fuck us. And Nate is, he's in a commitment of work. You could blame his job, not Nate, because trust me, Nate wants to be here, chat. Trust me, he wants to be here, but he's excited that if he's able to.
Complaining so much in our group chat.
Yes, trust me, he wants to be here next week. So trust me, he will be here if time in the machines let him. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not alone. It's the first time to have a dual team. But if you guys have heard our ReZero and a few other content, well, yeah, for Off the Bench, I believe it's our first time, you and me only.
Oh, for me and you, yes. But
Yes.
It's not the first time with the two-man team. Because, humble beginnings, you and Crash, but now...
Yeah. People got lives.
Spoiled for choice,
But Mega Grem, how's it being here? We did miss week 8, so we apologize, Tad. We did post a tweet. Crash did post a tweet that we wasn't doing the show and everything, so we apologize. We didn't be more of a blast. But if you join our Discord, we still talk there. We still post stuff on the threads. But Mega Grem, how you feel? How's it nice to be back on our show and talk about season of anime of this season?
Feels pretty good, but I think it's getting dusty up here because I've been sneezing all day like crazy. So I apologize in advance if I start sneezing.
Yes, chat. It's the first time here in New York City that it hit like a good 60 degrees out here. And wife has said, hey, we unplugged the AC 3 months ago. Can you plug the AC back? And I'm like, yeah, no issues. And like, yeah, I'm gonna be hot tonight. Can you do it before you do the show? Yeah, no problem. Let me just yank that window up real quick, insert the AC, quick strap. Usually our recording time, chat, is usually 9 p.m. It's been a while since me and Grem did a 11 o'clock showing, because I know himself and Nate and Neko, they did that a couple of weeks ago or like a month ago. They shot like almost 11:30, right? I believe last time.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, hey, time flies, chat, but it's good to be here. It's good to have a discussion. It's season of anime. I don't know how you guys feel, because the season's about to end. No lie, I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to spring. I am.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm getting a little bit of fatigue from this season.
Yeah, me too. Like
a lot of shows are like blending together.
Yeah, and some are dying down for me, which I will talk about it because there's a few shows that I didn't get to catch up. Chat also, full transparency, I started a new job. Nothing that will hindrance my hourly commitment for After Binge Weeps Lounge and everything and other projects. It would just be more of a late night streams, like where me and Graham will be soon, very soon, doing ReZero, but it'll be like late nights, like Wednesday, Thursday nights or Friday nights, like at 12, 11 o'clock for a good 3 hours, and then me after that go to sleep and then go to work the next day. So great for me working a job and paying bills, but also I still love doing content, so that won't stop. But also check out.
Are we gonna be caught up? You think we're gonna catch up before
the
season starts?
I believe our good old friend Majin Slayer will believe that I ain't, but trust in myself and trust in Graham. We got this. We got 3 weeks that we have to finish season 2 and season 3. But the thing is, chat, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You guys, I will be watching on twitch.tv/MemoryNK, but you guys will be getting all the VODs in April through the rest of the months, but I will be watching it all in March because I'm also recording it, and then I will be literally having it prep on Patreon and everything, but there will be an announcement more proper very soon about that. Probably a next week episode because I've still been working on Patreon behind the scenes. So, been busy. Big shout out to Neko because she actually gave me the idea of working on the Patreon and everything, because now Patreon has an update.
Which is why she's not here. She is hard at work at her Patreon, so check that out.
Yeah, so go support and everything. Nate's.
She's got One Piece on there. Apparently,
Yeah.
she's doing a reaction series for all of One Piece.
Well, secondly, let's be honest, it's doing One Piece.
She's doing One Piece.
Which most of us are not happy about
One
it,
Piece.
but at least we should be happy she's doing it. We are. We're just not happy on the
I don't
format.
mind One Piece. I think One Piece, the One Piece anime is great, but
just post time skip is where I tell people watch One Piece pre-time skip.
Until I agree.
Post time skip, then do One Piece.
But yeah, post time skip 100%. You don't need to see 14 episodes of Luffy running or what Luffy running through the woods.
Don't, bro.
I need to see 1,000 episodes.
That was so hard. Like that's like me right now, Chad. Because I know me and Grem are the only ones that can actually talk One Piece since it's just us two. Me and wife are still on 1022. We're literally Chad like 130 away from the anime. The manga, I'm like 200 something away. But like, bro, we're like 120 away. We also need to catch up because the One Piece comes back in season 2. Remember that? Season 2.
Dressrosa, to let you guys know how bad the pacing is, Dressrosa is objectively a pretty good arc. It is my least favorite arc in all of One Piece, and that's because that's the arc I caught up during the anime.
Oh, for me, it's the opposite. My least favorite is Whole Cake Island because of all that running of the Sujuzi Woods. That shit was just dreading and everything in the anime. And like, that shit was hard to even rewatch with English dub with my wife.
Yeah,
so that
because
stuff.
you caught up, right?
Yeah. No, I cut up.
Yeah, but that's when you caught up, right?
No, I watched all before me and her started watching, which is crazy to say this right now. I stopped watching in the beginning of Wano, and that was back in 2019, I believe, or 2020. I stopped watching when Wano started in like 905, 910 around there, and then I started watching with her. So that's how me and my wife has been on a journey, chat, for a good 5 years to be caught up. So hey, we're finally here. Big shout out to Neko. Go check out her One Piece reactions. She has a Patreon. She also has a YouTube version. The same thing that for us. Big shout out to MemoryNK. He has a Patreon too. We're shouting it out. I know Nate's gonna be like, what?
He doesn't post a single thing on there. Don't worry, I'm also a patron of his.
Yeah, me too. I still get charged. No,
it's a $0 tier, so you don't have to pay shit.
But he does have a $10 tier that you get charged once a year, which I got charged recently. So big shout out to that. But big shout out to Nate because he is subscribed to the Patreon of ours, and he's been getting charged for the past couple months. So hey, big shout out to that. Other than that, check out on my Tuesday Chainsaw Man live stream. Tuesdays nights. That is always what happened. I'm too cut up at the moment. So I'm staying consistent. And also check out a review coming on Tuesday. Finally the anime recommendation video. I finally got to finish editing a couple days ago. That will be coming out this Wednesday and Thursday. I don't have anything concrete yet. And Friday is a Monarch Legacy of Monster Why You Should Be Watching video. So go check that out. There's little fun content I recorded solo. So that's a lot of fun. But enough plugs, promos, and again, ReZero. Check us. We will be recording very soon for season 2. Like I said, I'll be recording and saving those VODs, and then we will be having them out during weekly on the Patreon and everything, and on the Vote channel. So with all that nonsense out the way, let's get to the actual meat potato. Just let you know, chat, we are skipping binge chilling because I haven't had time to really binge anything.
You don't know what my binge chilling is?
Yeah. Let's tell us about the video game that you've been binge chilling.
Bro, I've got 108 hours into Dragon Age Origins.
Oh, did you finish Mass Effect already?
I did finish Mass Effect, yeah.
A big shout out to Scrubs, because we were gonna mention that. Big shout out to Scrubs, the revival. Really good first 3 episodes, very solid. I was skeptical,
really good
honestly.
First episode, really okay second episode, and a pretty decent third episode. But the first episode was by far the best. It
was. It felt heavy. Like I actually got emotional. Like I felt like you feel the heaviness, you feel the growth.
No, for sure.
What 20 years type of distance
like
is
what it's done to them, you know?
Yeah,
and especially, oh man.
And when you're a doctor in any field, like knowing the pressure and all those things. And like when you have a comedy show, but also real life lessons on knowing that, like in episode 3, knowing that what divorce could do for you and that trauma stood there, that resentment stood there, and then your partner's your boss. That's those type of dynamics is hard to kind of maneuver. So we do recommend it. Scrubs, go watch it. Hulu, Disney, or High Seas on the Pirates, like a boy. One Piece and Chopper. By the way, One Piece live action season 2 returns this Tuesday, March 10th. Go watch as well. Vash will sometime watch it sometime in the next coming weeks, so stay tuned for that as well. Other than that, enough bullshit. We here to talk about seasonal anime. We here for audience and listeners. For those that listen to audio feed and listening to us talking, be aware that this is a seasonal podcast that we usually talk about 1 week, but we're gonna sprinkle the week 8 that we kind of miss. So Sunday, February 22nd to March 7th. So if you guys, we will sprinkle some information, some stuff that has happened in the past couple of weeks. Me and Grem, he has watched and cut up on everything that we have watched and talked about over the past couple of months. Yes. Except for No Skin. Yeah, I haven't also watched the last.
To watch the last couple
I know.
I'm probably not gonna finish it.
He will chat. He will chat for tier list. He will chat for the tier list. We will talk about it. But stay tuned for our conversation for that. We will give a lot of overall conversation. We might not go full in detail, but as always, check out our seasonal spotlight where we talk about shonen, our drama, our romance/comedy and slice of life, and our isekai fantasy that will usually take a good type of 45 minutes as usual. So as always, time goes in the bottom section down below.
Especially when it's you and me, the two isekai heads. Ooh, no one to distract us.
Yeah, that is 100%. But
let's start with shonen. And you can do your Fire Force, and then I'll do Fate Strange Fake, since there's no mixing there, right?
Yeah. Oh, look, chat. Fire Force is fucking amazing. I literally was writing the word behind the scenes right before we recorded. I was like, how do I pronounce this word? Because the thing is, I love the timeline that posts the two people that have the most audacious of illusions of schizophrenic. I think I pronounced it schizophrenic type of ideology of fucking Toto from JJK. For those that happened in season 2, where he literally imagined himself with his type of celebrity and still able to use his power just by illusion, just by the love of your idol. And Arthur, for his love of being a fucking knight. This man went to space, not like knowingly cannot breathe, but then say, yo, I'm gonna put this Night King ring and I'm able to breathe now. It's just like knowing the illusions and ideology that you give yourself and you believe it so well that becomes reality to you. And I just love that. It's just like, yo, and just the way that the anime, the episode, they even skip the opening. Like, when you know the anime is skipping the opening, you know that you're about to get a banger. The dub was good. I also watched half of it sub again because I just wanted to know, like, how was both sides, English dub and sub. But it's just execution was really good. I also got to shout out the Tamaki episode that happened the week prior, episode 20. Interesting ideology when it comes to a scientist, Lich. When the scientist is supposed to be facts, supposed to be evidence, supposed to have all the concrete information that any scientist normally is how they view. Like, they cannot fucking differentiate between having a fantasy versus reality. They need to have facts and evidence before they have a theatrical. However, let's say I'm gonna throw that shit, my ideology, out the window and say, hey, for us to survive, we gotta have Tamaki prove that her fan service is not truly fan service. Her fan service is actually the representation of sexuality and the reproductive and the beauty of human beings. That's why her power of fan service wasn't always fan service. Her power was always about the representation of beauty. At first, when you think about it, it's like, what the fucking bullshit is that? However, when you actually hear it and the reasoning in the episode, it makes sense. It works. Do you believe it? Hey, each to their own. I really enjoyed the episode, the comedy, the 4-4 breaking, that the little kid had his name mentioned, and he even acknowledged that, hey, I'm part of the story. I became a character. But you, mother, you complaining as a 40-year-old, I'm just giving her an age. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But a 40-year-old lady is complaining about Tamaki showing her sexuality, and she's being jealous about that. She's being discriminated by her own son. And Liz is like, yeah, I don't know who you are. All I know is that you are a side character and you are a co-worker from the past. Couple seconds later, she fucking disappeared. Her son said, she served her purpose to the story. She was nameless. She doesn't even matter for her to still be present. Her purpose was served. When you hear that kid giving that type of ideology represented to Lich, like an 8-year-old talking to a 35-year-old, trying to figure this out, how is the Odola and how is the merging of the world of fantasy and reality merging to become Soul Eater? That's the shit I'm trying to figure out, and we're getting there. I'm trying to see, like, how do we actually get there? And when you have your co-host and friend Watkins talk to you and be like, you're not ready. You were not fucking ready. And I'm like, bitch, I know I'm not ready, but can I get some fucking hints? But no, I guess we're not. And I appreciate the Fire Force fandom not really truly spoiling a lot during this past weeks or most recent weeks and months about the season. Like, we're just enjoying the ride. And I love that, so I really appreciate that. But Fire Force, go watch it. Go and be entertained by it. It was truly amazing to see Arthur versus a dragon, and seeing the beautiful background. Not the visual effects. The sound effects was very, very fucking solid. It was truly entertaining. So I highly recommend for anybody to truly check out Fire Force if you haven't. When it comes to the season, please don't be spoiled, because there's been a truly an experience and ride for me for Fire Force, and seeing where it goes for next week episode, because our boy Shinra is not going to be the devil, he's going to be our hero. So let's see where that goes. But talking about choice of hero or villain, or being guilty, not guilty, Graham, how did you feel about this part 2 and part 3 of the most recent episodes of JJK, Higuruma versus Yuji, about the being guilty by the court that he truly didn't kill all those people? He was being possessed by Sukuna.
I think that his power's really cool. I think it's interesting how he was so frustrated with everything, like with evil people or good people being convicted for things they didn't do, and evil people getting away when they did do things, that his whole power manifested as literally him becoming the judge jury. Well, not even him, but his power forces them to stand trial.
Yeah, judgment was his thing, right?
Right, and then there's a new entity like the judge, which it's their job to be the judge, jury, and executioner, and he's just the prosecutor. He's just trying to get people convicted, as it were. And Yuji vehemently, like, the first time he's like, oh shit, I did do that. What do I say? And he's coming up with a whole thing, and he ends up coming up with an idea, and that immediately the dude Hiraguma is like, all you needed to do was say you don't know what I was talking about, and like the evidence I had didn't help me, but you gave me, like, your testifying, like how you testified gave me enough that I can get you as guilty. And yeah, so he gets the guilty verdict, which seals his powers. It's interesting. But that's juxtaposed in the next episode by he figures out, wait a second, I can ask for a retrial.
Yep.
So he asks for a retrial. And then, like, last time he was fighting, he was thinking so hard about it. But this time, the same thing.
Boom,
And then
the
he
snap.
says, you murdered all of those people. And he just sits there and said, I did it.
I love
100% I did it.
I love the representation of how the anime show him questioning what's next.
Like,
and
he
then
locked in.
He locked in. He's like, yes, I did it. And
He's like, absolutely.
I love how Higuruma wasn't mad that he lied, but he's mad that he's accepting the blame because like you
'Cause it
technically
wasn't
didn't.
him. He didn't
He
do
said
it.
like Sukuna's the one that control of your body, and I get like both of them are right. Yuji feels responsible because it was his body that killed him. Yes, I wasn't in a control,
Not even
but
that. Yuji feels responsible because he let Sukuna take control. It like he has been like I think we tend to forget that in the background with Yuji, there's always a fight for control happening with his body. And we tend to forget because it's not actively being fought because in season 1, if you remember, they made a deal
yeah,
where he could take over at any given point if he wants to. And because of that deal was struck, the fight for control is less pronounced, but it's still there.
yeah,
And Yuji has been absorbing so much power that his like stranglehold on the owning this body is going fast to the point that I'm sure Sukuna could come out at any point he wanted. But like what happened last time, he knew he would like he knew Yuji was about to win, so he switches back and goes, "Fine, I did perfect. I let it up perfect, and I make you see the aftermath. This is what you did." And that battle, Yuji is not broken up because like the deaths happened, because when the deaths happen other places, he's like, "Oh, that sucks," but he's not really like tormented by
but
it.
now he feels
What really
responsible
gets
for
him
it.
that is, yeah, it's not because it was his body. It's because he lost the battle for control for long enough that Sukuna could do that in his body. So in a way, it is his fault because he lost.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't in control for that long. And you could say, well, they introduced 10 fingers at once of, or not 10. It wasn't 10 because
I believe it was 15 that he ate at once.
15 at once, which completely just
The ratio is the way.
shocked the system,
Yep.
and it made Sukuna get so much more powerful that he didn't have time to adjust. Like when it's been one finger at a time, he's like, okay, fuck, okay. Like it's like if you're playing let's go to Naruto. It's like when the Raikage does the battle of strength with Naruto with Tsunade, who Tsunade is significantly stronger than the Raikage. But what the Raikage does is he hits so fast that she can't keep up.
Yep.
Like she is much stronger. It does not matter if you get sneak attacked and taken out immediately.
To add on top of that, one more example involving Naruto is that with Naruto, he could control up to, I think, at a certain point, he could control up to 3 or 4 tails when he's in ninth form. But at the one point after 6 or 7, he loses control because that's too much of the ninth chakra that he had no ability to control. That's why he lost control during the 8-tail battle, or during the pain battle, and during Orochimaru in the battle back in the water and everything. So he's able to control a limit.
Quite the same. I don't think that like it's kind of, but like not, because the thing with like that, and we're not going to stay on this tangent for long, but that is, it's not that he can control up to 3 tails, but no matter what, if it goes to a 4th tail, he loses control.
Yeah, because the tails beats will still have that more.
But with Yuji, he has control, and then a finger gets like introduced, and it takes him a minute to adjust.
Yeah,
but he never lost control if a finger gets introduced, right? The shock to the system, that's why likened it to the Raikage, the arm wrestling battle that they had, is because it's so fast that he could not adjust.
Yep.
Like Naruto never gets control past four tails. He doesn't.
Yep. Nope.
He doesn't. He never gets past 4 tails until he gets KCB mode.
Easy.
QB cloak. That's the only time, and that's because he beats it in a fight, right?
Yeah.
But he never. It's not like he gradually loses control. Whereas with this, it is just one finger at a time. Hell, two fingers at a time. He can probably keep control because he can augment his power and keep Sukuna down, right? But the shock to the system so quickly is what made him lose control. And even though there are extenuating circumstances and stuff like that that happened, he still feels responsible, and that's the difference, right?
So
and I think that's something that Hiraguma sits there and goes, "Damn, he's a good person." Shit, it wasn't him though. Why didn't he just say it wasn't him? Why didn't he just say it wasn't like Sukuna was in his body? Why didn't he do any of this? And it's because Yuji would never make that excuse. Yuji lost. It's Yuji's fault. That's how Yuji thinks about that, which is honestly a horrible outlook to have.
Yeah.
But like also good at the same time. It's one of those like you shouldn't be beating yourself up for that. But I understand the wanting to, because like, yeah, you could have stopped it, but you also couldn't have, not in that situation, you know?
But
so
I love also how Higuruma was also acknowledging that, wait, I took his curse energy. How the fuck this man got that physical ability to withstand what I'm doing to him? Bro, he literally had that hammer down on him in the theater. In my head, I'm like, yo, that theater is strong. That stage is able to withhold a whole 2 foot getting hit by the hammer. And I'm like, god damn. Because for those that don't know, I was very excited for this arc being adapted, because in the manga years ago when it first happened, Geji was rushing a lot of the panels. So if you guys were like me and being manga readers, you would know my man Geji was literally just doing line art, and you just had to understand what was happening. So, like, of course, he fixed it when the manga volume came out. Like, it was more adjusted and everything, and then the actual pages got fixed on Viz and everything. But when the first original came out, that shit was hard to fucking read. But you knew those hands were being thrown. So, seeing it in the anime, that shit was fucking amazing. Like, animation-wise, the sound effects was amazing, very solid, entertaining. So, just seeing... I love how they literally had a full fight scene in that theater, destroyed that theater, and then Hiroma said, "Hey, grab a chair, let's go sit and talk." Yeah, like, I'm tired right now. And I love how that meme of last week of him just literally like, oh fuck, that meme is literally on Daiki, Majin, a few other people favorites already, like our core fan group. Everyone has it in a favorite. I have it as a favorite too, by the way, chat, because you see this man. You could tell this man loves his job, but this man is exhausted from the bullshit of the world and the bullshit of the court justice system and the law. Because it's in any country, the court justice system is fucked. In any country, no matter how perfect or influx is, you're fucked. So like, to see him express in that like exhaustion type of vibe and attitude, like, yo, everyone has been making that as a meme, gif, and it's just hilarious in that aspect. So I love when anime comes out and it makes a life of its own just by 5 seconds of it, 10 seconds of it, just become a meme of its own and just live on its own, even after months or years and everything. So it's just very cool to see that. But I have no more thoughts about JJK. How about you, Grem? Any last words to add?
I'm excited to see Megumi's side of this. What's Fushiguro up to?
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight too. I know. I've seen the teaser of where they're gonna end. I'm excited for that because even in the manga, that was a blue balls moment to wait for the type of next chapter. So for those anime only, when it happens, it's like, yeah, I get it. Trust me. When you hear those 3 words from those 3 people, I mean, those 2 words from those 3 people at the same fucking time, I really wonder how that's actually going to be executed, because like, motherfucker, fuck you, why you have to end there? But like, oh, that was so good. So trust me, chat, you are not ready. Just like getting an emotional scene and finding out your best friend getting crushed by rocks, right, Graham?
That was last week.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was the biggest moment from last week. It's just Captain Celebrity last arc, and most likely we're about to see a big arc fight happening. Like, this episode, chat, was mostly like a build up for what's happening next week, but the most thing that we should talk about is what happened previous week when we see Aizawa technically get his reputation at that moment that he took out a giant kaiju on his own and literally executing what other heroes couldn't, and losing his mentor, or technically his boss, and his best friend.
Prince died. We're sad. Honestly, Prince's death is the saddest thing.
I just love his powers. When he goes, he like, oh, oh. He just hit the wall. You hear the sound effect. I don't know in the sub because I didn't watch in the sub, but the dub, when she was hilarious. Like he just hits the wall, and you hear the sound effect from the voice actor. Oh, it's just hit the wall. Like you hear like the Prince style. It's just and the rose and everything. It's just funny. It's just the way he dies. He's just like, oh, oh, he's just dead. But just to see our boy Cloud getting hit by the rocks and everything. Like, how did you feel about Aizawa? Do you think that the speaker was actually working and broke at the end, but nobody knows? Or do you think Aizawa was delusional and just hearing that to motivate himself in the head?
I don't know, and I think it's better. I think this is one of those things where
It's great
you
vague.
draw your own conclusions.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's vague on purpose. It's heartbreaking no matter what it is. It might be a little less heartbreaking if the speaker was working. But at the end of the day, it's still his best friend, his source of motivation, the thing that really helped him stay out of the darkness and made him a better person and literally cheered him on whether he was there or not. Whether it was real or not, whether Aizawa was just hearing it in his head or not, it was his presence that cheered Aizawa on and got him to win this fight. And at the end of the day, he's like, okay, my friend's okay, right? And then you get the heartbreaking, everybody's just like, ooh.
Like, you sure about that, buddy? Because, like, our girl Midnight was not even answering. He was like, she was just crying on his own because she knew already. And Aizawa was just delusional. Like, yeah, man, just let's go check him in the hospital. It's just, how's he doing? Until he found out, he was like, nah, I've been hearing him. I heard him. Everyone's like, are you sure? Because this speaker's like broken, my G. It's like seeing his face. You saw the training he did right after he improved on his own. He went to open his own agency. And like we see the montage of what it was a couple of years, the training he did, why this man has a six-pack, why now we see him in My Hero Academia season 1. Why the way he is, like he has a sleeping bag. It's not because he's literally like he doesn't want to get close to people. He's afraid of that attachment because he already lost 2 friends in high school, Cloud and the transporter dude. I forgot his name. Damn, I'm blowing blank on his name. The purple portal guy. I forgot his name. On top of my Shirogime, I believe it was.
The purple portal guy is Cloud. What do you mean?
Yes, that's what I meant. My apologies. It's just I was just like if because the purple guy, powers are slightly different, so I just drew a blank there. But yes,
yeah, he eventually turned into a Nomu, and that's who he is. Yeah,
that's who he became. But it's just was sad to see that. But then we get Captain Celebrity this week, and Captain. Hey. I'd rather hear this than the other name that we got for the series in ISEKAI. I'd rather hear Captain Cumshot than the other name that you say. I'd rather hear that than, Eggplant Witch, Mushroom Witch. I'd rather hear those than the other nickname we got. But Captain Cumshot, but hey, he's actually a good heart. Yes. We heard his powers.
Is he?
Hey, he's gonna be a father. He's gonna be a dad.
Yeah. Right. Does that absolve him of his crimes? Huh? Mm-hmm.
Hey, he actually, looks like he wants to be a good heart. Even though he get told like, hey, don't say that publicly. It's good to be acknowledged of what to say publicly and what to say privately, and know to keep things with no receipts being said. If you know, you know.
God,
I'm really I just feel like
the episode the episode with the past stuff really hurt.
Oh yeah.
It was a tearjerker for sure. This episode though, that was a snooze fest, man. I don't care about Captain.
It was cute and everything. I just feel like, I kind of know where this arc about to end because we know. Just look, chat. Just know shit's about to go down in the next 3 episodes? I think 3 episodes. Yeah, like
I
3
don't know.
episodes. She was about to go down.
There you go.
That's all I can say.
But moving on to something that doesn't have sleeper episodes.
That's all you, my G.
Yo, what you're not caught up?
No, I told you I haven't seen 6 and 7. So it's okay, spoil me, it's fine, or speak vaguely, whichever you want. I trust you. And plus, there's
So-
ice skating, so I can't really be too spoiled. Like, we know that she's gonna succeed or fail at the end of the day. So like, we know one or the other. And she's training right now, I think, right? Isn't she currently training for the next competition?
Yippers.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get her training. Because she won, she gets first dibs at the jump coach. The jump coach comes down, uses this nifty contraption, and it helps her land the jumps that she's had a lot of trouble with. Literally so fast that her mind broke because she's like, wait, huh? And yeah, she's landing them pretty reliably. But then this episode, but then our boy kind of got a little bit ahead of himself.
Oh, coach?
And yeah, our coach kind of got a little ahead of himself and purchased said contraption and started using it. And for most people, he did really well. The problem is, Inori's at a higher skill level than everybody else now. So when he tried to do it for her, she is much faster than everybody else. She is a harder timing. She has a harder timing than everybody else. And there was a crack in the ice, and he trips, he face plants, hurts himself pretty hard. And it's kind of weighing on Inori a bit, and she starts failing jumps, because she feels bad. And basically, I'm gonna be honest, man, coach fucked up. Coach should have practiced more before trying to help Inori. Like, he shouldn't have just seen, oh, this works, and then immediately start trying to do it. He should have had control groups. He should have done it better. He should have learned the technique himself, like, fully. He should have mastered it before he started trying to help her with it. Because at the end of the day, she now has a mental block with jumping, because the last time she tried, it hurt her coach pretty bad. Like, he's got cracked ribs.
Oh,
So
shit.
now she's failing jumps she's never failed before.
Fuck.
And it's because he fucked up and tried to overreach. I hope and I pray that what they're trying right now
But I
will
say, you
work.
hope when somebody here read the manga?
I did not read this part of the manga.
Oh, okay. I thought.
No, I read and full transparency, I read at the end of season 1 there. I read the very final chapter that was out at the end of season 1, and that's how I know, like, a lot of really good sports animes, she's going to lose pretty hard at some point. I don't know anything going up to it, but I know she's going to lose pretty hard.
Which I like that, because we have spoken off air and everything. We both have our own athlete history in high schools and middle school and everything, so we know. And I love that they're showing the mental block, because as any athlete will know, mental blocks are fucking tough to overcome, because as you said, that when you already have been used to those jumps and you're messing up them now, that hurdle is fucking
adds even
tough.
more.
That's more stress.
Yeah, it adds so much more.
Because now you're questioning your ability to do even the basics,
Right.
and you shouldn't question yourself, because that's something you should be doing consciously or unconsciously. Where, like, hey, I'm doing this in the back of my head, like on my 10 toes. I could get up from bed and do it without even stretching. Like, that's something you should be doing.
One of my favorite sports anime ever is Ace of Diamond, and Miguel, you have finished season 1 of Ace of Diamond, but at the end of season 1, you know how he loses the game for the team accidentally because he hits the guy with a pitch?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for the majority of season 2, he has the yips.
Yeah.
He
You told
can't
us.
pitch.
Yeah. You told us. You told me Neko before about that. Yeah, I recall.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Neko's watched it, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the yips. He can't throw a certain type of pitch. And it goes for a while, and it was really good at showing how bad it really can be for somebody. And that's what she's got right now. She's got the yips. She can't make jumps that she used to be able to land every time.
And those are hard
There's
to overcome,
literally a
chat.
statistic. Yeah, it's so hard. And there's literally a statistic that the coach had. The coach bet everything on doing a very hard jump on the second half because she never fails that jump. Never. She has never failed that jump. He bet on that, and that's why they won. Because he knew she never fails that jump.
Yeah, chat. In case you don't
This
know,
episode,
we're talking about
she
week
failed that
7.
jump.
During week
Yeah, we're
7.
talking about week 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she fails that jump, and she's failing double jumps. She's failing singles. Like, she can only land singles right now. That's how bad it is for her right now. And I would love to think that Inori is going to get past this, and I really hope she does. But sometimes it's not that simple.
It's not.
She saw one of the people she cares about the most literally like crack his ribs. Like, that's a serious injury, and that doesn't go away quickly. And quite frankly, there's nothing you can do about it either. It is just pain.
And chat, like for example, Ace of Diamond, Haikyuu, that is a team sport, but also a individually sport, because you have to also improve your own skill set, like your pitching, your batting, all those little things, or Haikyuu, your passing, your spiking, all those little things. But when it comes to ice skating, it's all about consistency and literally luck. Like, you literally are performing your jumps, and if you don't execute one fraction of a miss, you could fuck up what you, like Grem said, your ribs, your little small things. Like, ice skating, a lot of people have gotten hurt just by, just messing up a jump. Like right now, like the whole Winter Olympics just happened, and I still laugh at the gif. One of the best ice skaters, I believe, was the guy from Japan. He did a little slight error, but he got himself so good, and he looked at like the way he literally landed it, and then he messed up but still landed it, and he looked at his own mistake and like, what the fuck did you mess up? It's like, just seeing your own mess up is hilarious. But you're watching a professional athlete, and Inori is not a professional athlete, but her goal is to become one. And those are hard challenges to overcome, because also she started late. Remember, quick reminder, she started only training maybe a year and 2 months by now, story-wise. She was like less than other people time left of what they have trained, but she's been doing a lot faster. But now she has a yip, so now it's like you got to overcome your mental struggle now. That's the tough part.
And she doesn't have much time left. She has like 9 days left before she has to compete again in it. And this competition that she's going towards is going to decide if she's in the Olympics or not. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is an important thing, and she can't land jumps right now.
That's a tough one.
Quite frankly, I think that the coach fucked it. I'm gonna be real.
Hey, some coaches do their thing. Some coaches, have little mistakes. Hopefully, coach can bounce back and get those ribs fixed. Get some good recovery.
I mean, you can't do anything about it. You just have to fucking sit there.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you can do to help with broken ribs.
Yeah,
straight up. Just wait for it to heal. But yeah, our boy overreached, and hopefully Inori overcomes this mental block. Hopefully. Otherwise, I guess we'll be seeing the one thing I know about the manga soon. Her losing really hard.
If not, we probably have to wait for a movie next year, which
we're probably gonna have to wait for a movie or next season, right?
Until then.
We're going to Fate Strange Fake. Bro.
Talk to him.
Jack is so badass. Jack the Ripper is such a badass.
I assume Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper is so cool. He, like we mentioned on week 7, he got his powers taken. He got his noble phantasm stolen by Hercules. Or Heracles, or whatever the hell his name is right now. I don't know. He's Hercules. Everyone knows he's Hercules. Corrupted Hercules, whatever the heck his name is. But this fight's going on, and while this fight is going on, which ultimately ends with Jack being saved by what's his name? This is why I need Neko here. She always corrects me because I'm dumb and I don't remember names.
Damn, Chan, maybe we should write on a thread or write some notes down. I don't know.
Órale, mírame, güey, okay? Saca malo, güey. Flat. I thought it was Flat, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, yeah. Flat saves Jack, and that's really cool. That fight scene is relatively over, but we get the cool showdown between the two kings just going at each other, which really is kind of just our boy Gilgamesh toying with freaking Richard, and I feel bad for him, but like at the same time, Richard just doesn't care, man. And Richard does get beaten down, and he eventually loses the fight. But right when Gilgamesh is about to land the killing blow, Heracles, who's bleeding out and dying, sits there and goes, "Well, the person I was fighting is gone, so might as well go fight Gilgamesh before I go out." And that fight starts, but then gets freaking interrupted again, but this time by Ishtar, who I didn't know, but apparently it was supposed to be obvious it's Ishtar. I haven't seen Fate Grand Order. Don't jump down my throat. I didn't know. All right. But yeah, Ishtar comes and seemingly kills Gilgamesh, which is like, nah, you can't do that to our boy. Then she uses her summon to just absolutely start obliterating everybody. And she's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Pestilence is here. I'm leaving. I'm out." Like, what the heck? I don't know what's going on, man. I know that if Neko and Nate were here, they would be freaking out a lot more than I am. But I don't know what I saw, to be honest. Ayaka's feeling guilty. There's some Little Red Riding Hood shit going on with her. She's possessed, and she doesn't want Little Red Riding Hood to come get her or something. And like the freaking what do they call it? The Einsbergs, thank you. I had to say in my head, I had to say Iliasville von Eisberg to get there. But the Einsbergs have Little Red Riding Hood powers or something, and they're sending it after freaking Ayako, so Ayako like acts as a master, and she's supposed to be acting as a master, and she's like, "But I don't even know, I'm not even a master," and like Francesca's out there doing something, or our boy John or whatever, the police officer, got killed and then immediately came back, which meant that the author, who's the author of the Three Musketeers, like he was actually faking shit. So like he was like, "Psych, I'm good." And then Flat and Jack are like merged or some shit because of him, and they're working to take out Herc, which is how Herc got so hurt. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of shit I don't understand happening. I wish Neko or Nate were here.
Yeah, I'm like, Nate, Neko, where are you? I need help.
What's happening, man?
Like, I'm just here to hype up the show, but I need my lore, I need my correction, I need my extra detail of other shows, of other spin-offs that I haven't watched.
Because, like, why did Gilgamesh just get fucking taken out by Ishtar? And apparently there's history there. I don't know nothing.
I bet you Nate or Neko will be watching this tomorrow.
I'm gonna get cooked. They're gonna get so mad at me.
They will be like, "Damn, how you forget about this?" They will probably right now on the premiere. You'll be like, "How you forget about this, man? Come on, this was so obvious."
I don't know, man. But anyway, a lot of hype shit happening in Fate. Also Gilgamesh was about to kill Richard, but got blocked by his friend, I think, or got blocked by someone else. I think he got blocked by his friend. I don't remember that, man. Enkidu. I think he got blocked by Enkidu. I don't know. There's shit going on.
As you hear, Chat, he
Where's Nate?
sounds.
Where's Nate when you need him?
Hey, Chat, he did his best. For his
I
solo
tried.
version for Fate, he did it for a good 5 minutes. For my version of Fire Force, I did a good 5 minutes. I feel like we executed our solo discussions of our solo shonen shows. I feel like we did a good job. Hopefully, Nate was proud of me hyping up Fire Force for 5 minutes and also Watkins. And hopefully, Nate and Neko are not too mad at you about butchering Fate. Straight Fate. Hopefully, they're proud of you. But
Yeah, man.
we're enough about shonen. Let's get on to our drama, thriller, Sakuragacho series, where we have 3 that we usually talk about: Journal with a Witch, Darwin's Incident, and the SHIBOYUGI playing with dev games to put food on the table. Let's go on first with Journal with a Witch that I still haven't started. I don't know if I will, but let's see how that goes. But talk about it, Mega Grem.
Oh, solo time again, boys. No, so so Journal with Which we had 2 pretty interesting episodes. Makio like getting into a new relationship, and Asa kind of, it almost feels like Asa's friend Emery is like kind of drifting away, because Makio helped Emery realize that if she has different proclivities, that's okay, and it's not bad that she likes girls, you know. And Asa just doesn't get it, because Asa's pretty self-centered, unfortunately. And I mean, to be fair, she has every right to be at the moment. Like, her parents just died, and she's in a really bad situation, or, well, not as bad as it could be, because she does have someone who is trying to be there for her and be that shoulder to lean on. But at the end of the day, they're different people, and Makio is comfortable in loneliness, whereas Asa is tormented by it. And she feels so lonely and so isolated. And so she's all about her right now, and she's really feeling the pain of isolation, and like she's being crushed by it almost. And so she skips out on school, and she starts acting out a couple of ways. And all the while, Emery seems to be, it kind of feels like Emery's kind of like pulling away a little bit, like she doesn't get me, and she's not trying to. And there's sometimes that it's hard to, and Emery's just moving in her own circles, and I feel like Asa's really starting to understand that. But this most recent episode, it almost seems like Asa got a bit of information from several people, and she says in the like what is it called, the voiceover, she says that she would regret not paying attention. Like, she wouldn't realize it yet, but she would regret how much she's not really listening to other people. Like, she doesn't realize it, but she's not. And I imagine that we're going to get a culmination of this at some point, with maybe Emery stops being her friend, or maybe Asa has another episode, another blow up, like, at somebody, and maybe that taints a relationship that she's been counting on. But Makio's trying to be there, but at the end of the day, Maki works a lot and from home, so even if she's there, she's not present, which isn't the greatest. I'm interested to see what's going to happen from here on. But right now, Asa's, like I said, Asa's just in her own shit, and she's lonely, because even if people are there, they're not
There.
they don't understand her. And
From what I'm hearing from what you're saying, is like, it's hard when somebody's even there. It's hard to be present without being present. Like, you might be there, like, physically right next to somebody, but if you're not there mentally present, you're still not being helpful or being present to be around the person, right?
well, it's not even that. It's that right now Asa's not open to people trying to help.
So she's not accepting the help.
Not even that. It's that she doesn't see that they're trying to help.
Okay. That's a
Because
bit
she
tough.
is so focused on herself, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, like she's gone through a horrible incident. Like it kind of makes sense, you know. But like at the end of the day, like she said in the voiceover, she's going to regret it. And I honestly, I just hope she doesn't regret it too much.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a tough situation.
basically,
But if that's all,
but yeah,
let's get on with the next one. To SHIBOYUGI, playing with Death's Games to put food on table, episode 9. How we feel about this, since I haven't not watched episode 9. I've only seen episode 8. So this is all you again, but I'm not too stressed about that. By the way, chat, I'm still interested in this one. The other ones I'm kind of, not saying falling off, but I'll talk to you about it in the rom-com, because there's a few of them. But in the with Shibuya, I just didn't make the time for it. It wasn't top of my list, so not too stressed about it. But how's it going for this one, Graham?
well, there is a wrinkle in this game. Previously, we saw the stumps. They're getting put together, and they're hunting wabbits because it's a wabbit season, not duck season. So they're hunting the wabbits. The stumps got pulled together by the de facto leader of that group, because she's the only one who's completed a game before. Forgive me, but I don't know the name, and I'm not going to try to find it. She tries to pull everyone together, and she kind of rules by fear. In a way to mask her own fear, because she's also terrified, because she's not like super she's not super into the whole killing thing either. She wants to be, because she wants to be strong and independent, and so she has a master. And last episode and this episode, we get a lot of the backstory with her master. Culminating in this episode, we figure out that one of the rabbits is her master, and she's a little bit cray cray, and she likes to kill people. And there's not enough stumps to go around, so she took weapons from the stumps and is going around killing rabbits, because why the hell not? So the death game got a little bit more deadly, because quite frankly, the way the game was going, the stumps were all going to drop out or die, and the rabbits would have been home free. But now they got a little rabbit who's a homicidal maniac, and it kind of goes to show how dangerous somebody who is a little bit off in the head being in one of these games, and how dangerous it is, because she might just start killing her teammates. That being said, we do meet our girl Yuki's mentor finally. She was at her 95th game. I don't know if she's going to survive this game, quite frankly, because we know Yuki picks up the mantle of wanting to do 99 games. I imagine that's because we're going to see her mentor die in this game.
Oh wait, are you talking about the white hair girl that we met a couple episodes ago? Now we're seeing her more of her.
No, I don't think that might be it. The driver might be it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I
Because right
believe
now it's a player.
yeah, because I believe a couple episodes ago we saw
No,
Yuki
the
and
white-haired girl is the girl that like drives her to the thing, right? But there's an actual white-haired player now.
yeah, no,
Now
no,
whether it's
but
the
we met
same
the player a
person,
couple episodes ago.
did we?
But in a flashback, yeah, we met her in a flashback, but it wasn't a present timeline. So this episode must be like a flashback of a present timeline or something like that. But we met her mentor before. We just didn't see much lore of her or knew if she's still alive or not. We just met her like maybe for a scene or two. I think this is what episode 9 we're discussing. So we met her probably in episode 6 or 7.
I don't know about that.
From what I remember,
Perhaps.
yeah. But hey, chat, if anything, correct us, or if anything, we will correct ourselves next week. If me and Grem will probably check the information off here and everything. But that's what I recall from my brain. I remember that we met her mentor. We just didn't see too much of her since it was just a flashback a couple weeks back. But if anything, I'll show Grem off air if anything. But who knows?
I imagine. Yeah, I'm afraid that her mentor is gonna die in this game, and it's gonna be because of the mentor of one of the stumps, which maybe this is why. Because me and Nate, back when we first started, uh, we wondered why 99 games. Why is that the number? Like, and we learned that there is no big thing that she's gonna get. She just put that as her number, and we learned this episode that the reason that 99 is the number is because 98 consecutive games is allegedly the most anyone has ever won.
Also, she wants to break the record of 998 and 99. That's why she wants to break the record.
Well, her mentor wanted to break the record.
But now
And
Yuki's trying to take
like I said, I don't know if the mentor lives past this game. That being said, we did meet several people in this game that had 90 plus wins under their belt. So maybe this was a culling of sorts of some of the top players.
I don't know.
Which is terrifying.
I don't know if you agree with this take, but the way this story of this show, the way they tell their stories, so back, forth, present, timeline, like it's hard to tell sometimes.
I hate it.
It reminds me of when I first watched The Witcher season 1, when you first don't notice that.
Okay, but The Witcher at the very least.
You didn't. There's no way you would tell me that when we first saw like the first 2-3 episodes. Okay, me, I didn't know the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Story,
yes,
if you knew the story, you would know.
I wasn't aware of the story.
I played the games, I knew.
Okay, so you understandable, but for me, who didn't know the story, but was
It's
aware
so
of the lore and everything. But by the time I figured it out by episode 4 or 5. But the first 4, I'm like, wait, are they happening at the same time?
Siri showed up. The first time Siri showed up, I knew it couldn't be. Like, that's your tell, because Siri is way after. And the fact that I'm so bad. What's her name? Our best girl, Yennefer. The fact that Yen just joined the mages, that should tell you how far back it is. And we're getting.
You're 100% right. I agree with you. But at first viewing, as somebody who just was watching the lore and just going story based,
yeah. If you don't know how old Yennefer is, if you don't know how old Geralt is, and if you just thought
everything was happening at the same time, but no.
Yeah,
the Siri thing was happening present timeline. The Geralt Yennefer stuff was happening past timeline. So like everything was connecting to meet at a certain point. So like this is what this show reminds me of. It's like sometimes you're confusing or we're confused. It's like, wait, which one is present timeline? Wait, because remember how we got confused during week 3, week 4? It's like, wait a minute, is she in the 20th game? Is she 30th game? Which one is it? So like this is what the story. Again, this might be like an animation director way they chose this, but again, it's been good.
It's not. I imagine it's a story thing. I imagine that's what the author did.
Yeah, possibly. But again, I just want to throw out that reference that like that's what this show kind of reminds me of the most recent thing, like almost 10 years ago. But The Witcher was one of them. Still plan to finish at least season 3, even though I won't watch season 4. But let's see how that goes one day. But yes, Shibuyugi, I will watch it. I'll be cut off for next week, chat. So don't worry. Hopefully, we have a full team, full roster for next week. Any more thoughts with Imami Shibuyugi?
I hope the mentor doesn't die in too bad a way.
With that, chat, let's hope our girl Lucy gets saved, because our boy Charlie said, if you mess with her, I have some special set of skills that could murder your ass. AKA, I will go there, find out how to use a fucking goggle system, literally present, be like, oh, so this is how you guys see at nighttime. Oh, I'm also carrying a flare to give me my vision at nighttime. Since it's too dark, I'm gonna give myself a flare gun and fucking take your asses out. And also, if you're gonna get trapped by a bear trap, I got you. I save you. But stay your ass still. If not, we'll murder your ass. I love that. I love that fucking scene. It was
He's
amazing.
very pragmatic. He just knocking him out. He said, "Look, I don't care what you guys are doing, but you got my friend, and I'm going to correct that."
It's just hilarious. I do agree. The black dude is creepy as hell. The way they animate him is fucking creepy. The way they just like
Yeah.
just smile. He's like, so Lucy, talk to me. What makes you so special? But then I want to ask you, what's your theory of her background? What makes her so special? You think it's something like that she's connected to be Charlie's sister or something like that? Like you think it's something that we're unaware of? Like, what's your theory? Got one?
We haven't seen her dad.
Okay. Oh, so you think her dad is the scientist?
I mean, I don't think that. No. In fact, I didn't think anything until this episode. They said, "I looked into your past," and I'm like, "That's fucking weird." And then she reacted like that. Like, so what's in her past? I'm genuinely, man, I have no idea.
Say, but the most
The
enjoyable
only
look.
thing I will say is we haven't seen her dad. That's
Good
all
point.
I'm saying.
It's a good point. But I really want to shout out my wife, chat, because me and her are watching 3 shows, chat, by the way. We're watching the Darwin incident, the Invincible Girl, and the Invisible Man and the soon-to-be wife.
Yeah.
And I think there's one more we're watching. But the one that whenever I tell her, which one?
You and I are polar opposites.
Yes, thank you. See, I got you. You got me. I got you. So the one when I tell her, hey, when I tell her let's watch You and I Polar Opposite, girl gets excited because she really enjoys it. When I remind her about the Invisible Man, she gets like, hey, it's okay. It's because it's sub, so she has to, lock in. But when I remind her for the one incident, she gets annoyed. No. She gets annoyed because of how these episodes end on a cliffhanger always. It's like, and she knows it because she literally calls it the Blue Ball Show. She doesn't call it the Monkey Show, not the the Human Z, nothing. She calls it the Blue Balls for because literally we were, the terrorist dude was talking to Lucy, like, hey, let's talk. I can't hurt you because Charlie, he threatened me that I can't hurt you. So I gotta respect his wishes. So I found out this type of secret. My wife said, oh my God, it's about to end right now, isn't it? We're not going to find out the secret, aren't we? We got to wait till next week. I'm like, girl, you lucky you're not like a full type of anime fan because shit, we've been in the trenches where we got to wait a week or we got to jump into the manga. So you're lucky you're not an anime fan because we have been through this shit for many, many years that we either wait for the next week episode or we like Grandma Neko will be like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna find out and read the manga. So I just find the amusement, and I gotta just shout out wife because it's just, look, I get mad too, but not that I am. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not that I'm immune to it. I'm just used to it already at this point. Like, hey, cliffhanger, go fuck yourself. Moving on, next episode, something else.
Basically.
But also great episode, good conversation. Even like Charlie asking Lucy, like, I'm understanding what am I or like who am I? Like people keep trying to ask me like human, monkey, like what is it? Like, can I just be me? And his mom is like, yo, so do you like Lucy? And she's getting all excited, like, Mom, what do you expect what's gonna happen here? Like, what do you expect your son? Like I know you see Charlie as your son. I get that. But do you think Charlie is gonna be thinking about like Lucy in a like way or know the difference of that? Or do you think like Charlie's gonna start putting his dick out and be like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you, Lucy type of shit? Like, she's really excited, like, yo, you felt for your first friend. You found your first friend. Now, do you like your first friend as well? It's just that was an adorable scene. Just like her just getting excited being as a mother, like your son is going out in the world. But also like, please be careful. But also, do you like the girl you're talking to? Like, it was adorable, man. Like, how do you feel about that too? Like, were you giggling / laughing like I was about that scene?
She it's her kid, man, and she's like,
yeah,
oh my God, we met your girlfriend. Oh my God, are you gonna become a little? Are you gonna get like a girlfriend. It feels like a mom of like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Not a 2-year-old, of like a second grader. Like, oh my god, is that your little girlfriend? Like, okay, mom, you're being condescending. All right, I don't need that shit. All right.
Agreed.
And I mean, I don't know what or how he feels, but it just feels like he's like, oh, mom, oh my god, oh, which is fair because mom, yeah. But you know, I'm really, I don't know what Lucy's thing is. He took care of business in the forest. He got those night vision goggles. But he does have one other person he's got to knock out, and it is the big bad, right? Oh, and the big bad and
the lieutenant of
Barack
his.
Obama, of course.
Yeah. But the flare thing really shocked me. I was impressed by that for him to actually bring it and
smart.
be aware. Like, it was smart. Like,
He's
knows.
like, I can't see. He's like, I can't see. Might as well get some way to see. And he immediately goes
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Got it.
He clacked them so good and everything. I love that shit. But also, I really like how those FBIs, at first, I hated them. I'm going to be honest, Chad. I didn't like them. But I love how they broke it down. Like, wait a minute. Why do they waited 15 years? Why did they wait for the monkey to get older and have his own philosophy, what his own ideology, like how he thinks, like all these type of human thoughts, like how you become your own identity? Why wait 15? Like, how I like how this FBI like what is it that they were waiting from 15 years ago now to now? Like, I mean, from before to now, like, what is it? So I like how they ask the question, not just assume like, oh, Charlie's gonna turn to their side. Like, no, he even said like Charlie wouldn't just turn. He has his own mindset. Like, you can't just flip a switch on him. So what is it that they're waiting for? So I really like that these cops were not just like the casual type of dickheads that they showed the previous episode, that they actually had a process to, process of elimination. They were throwing ideas out as a detective should be.
I mean, honestly, it seems like they have a pretty good handle on it. They just don't care. They're like, but we need the monkey. And it's like, why though? Why do you need Charlie?
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how we're gonna do about it. We have 3 episodes left. I don't recall, was it gonna end overall this one season, or I don't recall that.
I mean, our friend Myruzu thinks that it's gonna be the whole thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because I remember Maruzu or Daiki said it in our conversation on call. They said one of them was, I can't remember, but it was probably Maruzu and everything. But only time will tell. We got 3 episodes left. I believe this is a 12 episode series. Yeah, no, 13 actually. My apologies. It's a 13 episode. So we have 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 3 episodes. So let's see where that goes. Other than that, I got no more to say about this. How about you?
Good.
All right, Chad, we're ending off with our... Sorry, not ending off. We have our 3rd segment, our romance/comedy/slice of life. We have our honorable mention first that we're going to shout out for Mega Grem on his own. And then we got our main one is Tamon B-side, and you and our polar opposite. So, Mengan, go ahead, shoot your shot, and then I will give one of my honorable mention as well. Go talk.
Well... Hana-Kimi
first Hana-Kimi
is developing. We got right now they're doing a school festival, and everyone's gunning for our girl because she's really fast and really good at some of these events, and she's the cutest boy around. So they're afraid Mizuki's gonna come and score enough points. So they're all gunning for Mizuki, which is going to be interesting. How she's going to navigate doing one of the cavalry battles, which will have her. Or, I mean, I'm guessing it's a cavalry battle, but having her sitting on someone's shoulders, which, if you've ever given someone a ride on your shoulders that's a dude, you can tell that they're a dude if they're on your shoulders. And I feel like that's what they're getting at with saying, are you sure you want to do that, Mizuki? Are you sure you're okay doing that? Like, I don't know, man. So we'll see what's gonna go on there. Overall, getting back to school, we see one of the senpais, the dorm supervisor. he has a girlfriend, maybe, and maybe girl troubles. Our main boy, Izumi, is clearly infatuated now with Mizuki, which is nice. And Mizuki is wondering if she wants to progress, like if she's okay with the status quo. So I imagine eventually we're going to get some development. But this is a very old source material, so it may not give us much anytime soon.
Quick side comment: when you said status quo, for anybody that saw my little quick expression, I was thinking of the song from High School Musical 1 from the status quo. Like anytime I hear that word, it just triggered that memory. Just saying.
But yeah, and then in the Clear Moonlight Dusk, we got the best romance series that we're covering.
I know you're happy Nina being here right now at this moment. I know you're just like, I could just say that without being interrupted.
Yoi and Ichimura are finally going out. They're very cute because she doesn't know, and unlike Nate's thinking before, Yoi has been very taken with everything Ichimura has done, and she is so beyond infatuated with him, and as is he. He goes, well, it's summer vacation and you have 2 days off, right? You want to go on a trip? And she's like, a day trip, right? He's like, I didn't say that. She's like, a day trip, right? He's like, I mean, no. She's like, oh, I'm gonna bring my friends. He goes, I guess. So they're really cute. They're adorable. She's got his heart beating like crazy, and he's got her heart beating like crazy. They're very adorable. I love their romance. I want to see more of it. It is much cuter than You and I Are Polar Opposites. I love taking the shots. No, genuinely, look, and we're gonna go into You and I Are Polar Opposites next.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can go into both of them right now. You and I Are Polar Opposites is really cute and adorable, but I feel like it tackles things in a much more in a less real type of way. It feels like it feels more, and I said this before, and I know I've said it to Neko, and I know Nate hates when I say it, but it feels more like a Disney type of way.
Which that one I would disagree, chat, because
it does. It feels,
which I respect. It's just
very it feels very like Cartoon Network, I guess, like a kid's show version of a romance. Like, I didn't like how that felt. Like, not I don't understand what I'm feeling, and that's the big difference. Like in the Clear Moonlight Dusk, for a lot of this series, Yoi didn't know how to cope with being treated like a girl, and that was like where her hang up was, and she had to deal with like being treated as a girl, even though like she's always been a girl, but she's always been treated as a boy, as the prince, as a dashing, handsome person, right? Not as a beautiful, cute girl, right? And Ichimura is treating her like that, and so it takes some adjusting for her, and there's a lot of like things that like she gets the butterflies and she doesn't know why she's getting the butterflies, and she's like, am I getting the butterflies because this is the first time I've been treated like that, or because it's you that's doing it? And she has to figure out within herself which one it is, and she eventually comes to her answer, and that's why they're dating now. And as for Ichimura, he's been in all these relationships that were like, oh, somebody asked me out. I mean, I guess I'm not going out with anyone. Might as well, fuck it. Let's see. Like, I don't really care. Like, romance doesn't mean shit to me, because he's always been objectified, like heavily, because he looks good and his parents are rich. So nobody cares about him. They care about the circumstances in which he was born. They care about that he looks good and that he has a lot of money. So he really had a dark, pessimistic view on romance. And so he didn't, when he met Yoi, who's someone who really didn't like reciprocate and like was like genuinely like infatuated with him, he's like, I don't, is this, what am I feeling? Like he also had to figure out within himself, like, what is it? And like he said, he's like, am I in love? Like, is this love? Like, because he doesn't know. He's had this dark, tainted view of it because people just see him for his material possessions, that he's never had a real intimate connection with somebody. So he had to navigate like understanding what that is. And I personally feel like he's been by far the more mature person in this relationship, because he has his own wants and desires, but he always puts him second to anything she wants, which is the proper thing to do. Like it's how you have a good relationship, right? But like that takes a lot of maturity. Like a lot of teenagers wouldn't have that maturity, right? And that's what I'm saying when I say In the Clear Moonlight Dusk feels like more mature, I guess is the right way to say it, than you and I are polar opposites.
So let's continue on with you and I polar opposite, because like you already transitioned for us to get into the conversation. So you and I polar opposite, solid episode this past week. We continue on. Like for me, I watched the English dub, so probably a different layer of their own memes and their jokes that don't translate from sub, so they add their own additional aspect of what's in the modern times of their own comedy, the meme style aspect, and me watching the wifey, so probably just adds more of an extra enjoyment aspect. Again, quick reminder, chat, I have not watched In the Clear Moonlight Dusk, so I can't really add too much input or a bit of debate in that conversation. But when I see you and our polar opposite, I have a lot of enjoyment. The relationship reminds me a lot of
sure,
my dress up darling, the little wholesomeness of like the boy, the MC, Tana. He's a person that wants to be out in the open. He's starting to enjoy making friends. He's also understanding himself that he just met the father and everything. And he's like, hey, nice to meet you and everything. The father was starting to ask about 10 million questions. For anybody have been there, like when you meet your partner's parent for the first time, it gets that little awkward stage, because now you have to consciously kind of impress them to win and have them accept, like, hey, I'm dating your daughter. If you're 25 and older, then at the end of the day, don't give a fuck. But if you're in your high school to like young teens and 20s, you have to have a little bit of dignity, justice in that aspect. They're like, hey, I'm gonna date your daughter, and have her hand, like, do you accept me and everything. And it was adorable. Like even Tana going over her house, getting to see the room, and they're both acknowledged at the same time, saying like, I'm in a girl's room. And she's like, wait a minute, I have a boy in my room first. I'm like, it was cute and adorable to see that. Like you are seeing a high school setting, but also in the comedy aspect, and I think that's why I'm enjoying it, because it's high school relationship at his first time blooming, and where he's acknowledging like, yeah, that's his relationship. For her, she considers this her first real relationship, even though she had a little first relationship a couple of in middle school for like maybe 1 hour or a day type relationship. But for them in middle school, they do consider it as dating. But then for her, she's like, you know what, that's not truly my first date, is Tana. Like the guy I actually have a crush on, the guy I'm actually dating, that's my relationship. And they're both finding those things out. So it's really dope to see that within one another. And what else happened in the episode? What else am I forgetting?
Oh, and what are you forgetting?
No, I feel like that's all. They went over the house. They went because they thought their parents was gonna be out of the house, and
Well,
the mom.
they knew that her mom was going to be there.
Yeah, but the dad wasn't supposed to be there because she didn't want to deal with that drama and everything. And the dad also had not like a breakdown, but like saying, "Oh, my daughter's all growing up and everything." So like that's normal in a lot of dads and everything. Once, if they truly love their daughter or the kids, they have that attachment like, wow, my kids is actually growing up because they're going out now on dates with a partner. So that's something that is hard for a parent to kind of let go, let it go. It's hard. It's hard. Any more thoughts about you and polar opposite, or that's all you got?
I mean, yeah, you kind of said everything, but that's kind of my point, man. It's kind of just not as good,
Yeah, it was
No, but
solid.
no, it's cute though. Like I said, it's cute. It just feels like a kiddie version of a romance, man. I don't know. It's fun though. It's a lot of fun, and I enjoy watching it every week. It's a good show, and I think this episode it kind of illustrated, like I said, like you said, rather, he's meeting up with yeah, he met up with the parents, and he's like, oh shit, what do I do? But at the end of the day, like before that, he's like, they're in the room together and they're like, ooh, are we gonna kiss? Like, ooh, we're kissing. Ooh, that's so fun. And they're like kissing and they're like having fun, and they're like, oh my god, that feels so and then they get interrupted, and it's cute. It's a fun time.
Also,
Like,
a big shout out to the side characters as well. We assume that the tall dude and the other girl are gonna start dating most likely very soon because they're, the bowling scene. He even said it like, stand up for yourself. If you're pissed, fucking get angry,
ooh,
explode.
also, yeah, you forgot. Well, I forgot about that.
Like
We
explode.
get
Like he was angry for her. Like he was like
right,
venting. Like, why the fuck are you not getting mad? Like, stop
and then
letting people walk over you.
I'm happy because I was talking about this with Neko, that I wanted these two to end up together, and we get this really cool little nod where she sits there and says whenever she starts liking somebody, she can't ever get mad at them anymore. And
That's real too.
we
That's tough.
see well, and like that she can never really get fully mad at them after that. And we see the next morning when they come to school, she gets a little peeved at him, but she says, I'll forgive him. Which is like, like, ooh, we getting a little bit there. Okay. Oh no.
Is they're growing slowly, and that's
Okay.
something I'm happy for her because like we know eventually like they are gonna go dating probably by the end of
Do
the
we
season.
do we know that? I don't know that. I want that, but I don't know that.
Hey, I feel like the story is kind of hinting like at some point they're gonna intertwine with one another. I feel like it's gonna end up there.
Maybe. I hope it ends up there, but we don't know
Hey,
that. We don't know nothing, man.
hey, we don't know, but hey, like she said, like he said, stand up for yourself. Anybody that's watching us, well, stand up for what you believe in. Stand on all your 10 toes and have
All 10
confidence.
toes
Don't
and tell everybody that you and I are polar opposites is not as good as in the clear moonlight dusk.
also even by Nate
Stand up
right
for
now
yourself.
on our group chat, guys, for off the bench.
Nate
He
in our
said
group
that
chat is saying that I'm high, saying that
the
I don't know what I'm talking about.
The
He said I'm
Invisible
on
Man and his
drugs.
soon-to-be wife is better show, but hey, chat, we will have more conversation for this next week, so stay tuned because I know he will come back ready. Or checking the premiere or checking the comment section because I know Nate will be probably be replying at this moment when he hears this. So hey, shout out to MemoryNK. We appreciate you for
Look,
listening.
man, he can be wrong. He can be wrong. It's okay.
Hey, chat, but another anime that I'm not sure how Nate feels, but I will speak for myself in this part, chat. I'm kind of losing interest on this one. Tamon B-side, episode 10. How you feel about it, Mega Grant? Because I also haven't watched episode 10. I did watch episode 9. I just didn't make time for episode 10. So this is all you. But I just wanted to state that not that I'm losing interest. It's just, like, I feel like I am, but maybe I just, again, like we said earlier in the episode, maybe a bit of fatigue. But I just feel like I'm losing interest. Like, it depends right now at the moment. Yeah.
I think Tamon B-side really hinges on the characters, and I think like we said earlier, Tamon's like quote unquote dark side is like, I don't know, man, you're getting a bit much. And Auri being into Utage is interesting, but if it goes like that for everyone, it'll be really annoying. But we get to see Natsuki and Natsuki, which is, as I like to call him, Bunny Boy, because he looks like the character from
Oh,
Baskets.
I know who you're talking about.
He has a B side as well. Rather than the upbeat, happy-go-lucky dude, he likes to gamble and he smokes a lot. Like, he smokes, drinks, and gambles a lot. So he's all the bad vices, right? Which is interesting. He also happens to be the person who writes all their songs, but he's not feeling very motivated right now. And he gets kind of snapped out of that by Tamon sitting there saying, Tamon not even trying to convince him or anything, just saying that I have a reason I want to do well, and kind of referencing Utage, like there is somebody I want to be happy. And he goes, well, shit, now I got my motivation back a little bit. I guess I'll work on the theme song, because they're getting a show. They're getting a full show now, and he has to do the theme song for it, and he wasn't feeling super motivated, but we get the normal hijinks we always get with Kato being mad that they're not practicing hard enough and stuff like that, and he just wants money and they're not being efficient with their money. I'm really excited to see the fifth member? Yeah. I'm ready to see the fifth member. I want to see him and what his dealio is.
Oh, the fifth member is the one that has the muscles, right? Is that the one we haven't made yet? Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting for as well. So like him is the one I'm waiting for because he looks interesting, but it just depends how we go in that. Because I know Neko said that we saw a tease for him in the previous 2 or 3 episodes ago, but we might not get to him this season. I remember her telling us about that.
She told us that, which would be sad. Speaking of, I almost forgot, Natsuki. One of Utage's teachers, her new homeroom teacher, is a fan of the group Face, and she's actually a Natsuki fan. And we figure out that Natsuki and the teacher actually used to date.
Oh,
so that's interesting, and that's
interesting.
Kind of the cliffhanger we were. That's kind of the cliffhanger we were left on this week with.
I just noticed
that little
the job
being dropped.
The current job I'm doing almost is like Tamabisa, just not idols, just housewives. If you know, you know. That's the only hint I could give you guys. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
With that being the case, guys, now we're ending with our last segment with Isekai Fantasy. Let's see if we can wrap this out in 30 minutes or are we going to go over 2 hours. Only time will tell. Chat. Man, got Grem.
It's time to start talking for 5 hours, guys. This is where the bulk of this is where the meat and potatoes of the conversation's coming from, all right?
I can't wait to see how long we're in this for a segment. Because, Chad, we're going by the flow. We don't really have a full breakdown. We're just going by it. I know right now for Isekai, we're going to go back and forth. I would like to give my first shout out is Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades, Party of None. Honestly, this has been a better of the fantasy series that I have not expected to actually be as good. The only little nitpick is a little young girl having a crush on the guy when I'd rather have the older sister. And you find out that they're not actually sisters. They're more like adopted type of sister. Like the older sister is the actual blood from the family that has the household name. The younger sister is one that like, hey, you are, I believe the phrase is you are the bastard child. And now you are like, I believe she's a half sister or she's like an adopted type of sister one way. But the show itself has been actually more surprising by entertainment and story wise. And we're about to enter our last arc of a fight because he got his new black sword. So he's like our next black swordsman type of joke in a way. And I'm waiting to find out what his hero party got in trouble for because they were supposed to get like suspended or some type of punishment for the type of fuck up they did with the black dragon being teleported from level 90 to level, I believe, 50. So I'm just interested to see what was their repercussion in that aspect. But Jack of Trades, honestly, one of the most entertaining ones of the season, and much better than expected than a few others that kind of been more on a slow binge or waiting to watch it and everything. Like, what's the one is there was a cute girl in the heroes party, so I tried confessing to her. This is the one where I believe when we do the tier list, I'm okay with C or D, because it's not great. It's good entertainment food. Like, or taking what Grem will say.
Better romance than you and I are polar opposites, am I right?
Where's Neko for the soundboard? However, the cute girl, it was cool. It's cool. Like, that's what I got. Like, it's cool for that. I wanted to shout out, say that I binge it. I'm caught up now. I would have dropped it honestly like a couple weeks ago, but I just am already on episode 10, I believe. So like, why not just finish the last 3 just to check off the list? But it's alright. Like, how do you feel, Greg? Any thoughts on this one or nah?
I feel like you went out of order, and I'm upset.
We're not going in order. We're just going with rapid fire.
I mean, yeah, but I do them in order of release date. Anyway, there's a cute girl in the heroes party. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is just I like this girl and I want to be with her. And he's just a dork.
He is a dork.
Wants to be with a cute girl. And so he doesn't know how to navigate that, and she has so many things tying her down, and he's trying to navigate. He doesn't want to make her mad. He doesn't want to hurt the relationship, so he's just goofy. He ends up helping people out. We got another romance brewing in the background. We've got Happiness and our swordsman also doing a whole song and dance. Like it's really just an ensemble cast, and they're all being goofy, and
I have a question.
It's a fun time. It's not
Raven.
It's not super serious.
You literally heard your friend Happy literally sing. Would you not think that she's a monster too, or a heartbeat? Come on, my guy. How clueless can you be?
Voice magic. What do you mean?
I feel like that's a clue, like to know, like, yo, is this girl that, like, is she technically not human? Come on, man, like, you have to question it, Raven. Like, you gotta question it at least in that episode with the mermaids. Like, oh, she's balancing with the mermaids with the singing. Like, come on, Raven, you gotta, come on, you should put
really good at singing, bro.
Really good singing. Okay. What else you got for shout out? Because other than that, the only one I had was Easy Going, but I could wait on you because I know you're gonna rapid fire a few others.
Kunan the Sorcerer is interesting. Kunan has been flirting heavily with the light mage. But he's kind of stupid, so he flirts, but he's not really flirting. He doesn't really care. But he does the frivolous flirting.
He's just a womanizer.
It's not even that. It's not that. It's that he's been trained that's
he's been charming. Like. He's been charming.
Not charm. No, it's not that. It's frivolous. Like he's not trying to get anything out of it.
I agree.
He's just like he's kind of just annoying, to be honest. But at the end of the day, he is very smart, and he creates this. He basically gets told that they're not allowed an allowance, so he needs to make his own money. Literally day one, he goes, I got no problem. And he opens up a sleep salon, right? And lets everyone come in and is charging out the wazoo.
And plus teachers too. Plus teachers as well.
He's making so much money. He's drowning in money. Like, it's insane. And then the white mage sits there and goes, I have all these costs I need to get covered. Holy shit, I'm drowning in debt. And he goes, look. And well, she goes, okay, fine. Everybody and their mother and the teachers and everybody is telling me to get advice from Kunan. Fine, I'll get advice from Kunan. And she prepares herself for the worst. And he sits there and goes, I got you, no problem. All right.
Easy.
Go out to lunch with me or something. And she goes, ugh. And it turns out that he really just wanted to talk about magic. He didn't care. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kunan, the problem with Kunan's like frivolity is that people think that he wants something, like he's into them and he's like trying to flirt with them. That's not what it is. He's been trained to do that because he wanted people to not worry about him. So he does that by default and doesn't understand that like it can be taken the wrong way. And at the end of the day, he really just wanted to know about magic. And he ends up coming. He fronts $1 million gold into a research thing, and ends up paying dividends. And she ends up making 1.5 million off of it, and he gets his $1 million investment back.
Yeah.
Which she didn't even know he had done, and goes, "Oh shit, you fronted that?" And he goes, "Yeah, no problem. What do you mean? I knew it would work. I'm not stupid. I wanted to see your magic. Like, what do you mean? I'm willing to do the thing. Like, come on."
You're not wrong. I can't add anything. Like, you said it perfectly. Like, add anything towards that conversation with Kunan. You said it perfectly in that aspect.
So yeah, Kunan was fun. Like I said, moving on to Noble Reincarnation. He has a new servant, which he knew wasn't a real servant because he didn't get a boost to his stats, so he knew he was a spy.
Yeah.
He eventually uncovers the plot and goes, "Oh, that's neat. Anyway, come work for me now." And he gets the stat increase and goes, "Kill. I got a loyal spy now."
But also talking about that, he also has an actual new person to go along with, because he has the ring and the other ring here. Now he has a ghost in a way.
Yeah, he has the cursed painting, which has like a spirit or something inside of it, which I thought, it's gonna be wind or water, right? Nope, it's fucking earth. And I don't get that. Anyway, he gets like this earth spirit, which is
I also thought it was gonna be
helping him
wind
out
as
now.
well, Chad. I thought it was gonna be
How
wind
is
too.
it gonna be wind, right? It's like green, like the whole motif is green. It's like,
Yeah,
nope, I'm earth. All right, but all right, come on.
but it was
Come on, you're
cool.
not gonna keep with the colors, man.
On God. But it was a cool concept and everything. Good episode for that. Like, these are very consistent. It's nothing like it just moves. I do one thing I like about the show is the politics, or not politics, the hierarchy of rulership in a way, in the way the father is ahead of the game, but also fucking likes to watch his son play mental math, or in a way type of mental politics, try to figure 3 steps ahead. But like, yeah, I'm technically like, you're 3 steps ahead of me, but I'm like 10 steps ahead. I'm just like watching you try to play mental chess, and I'm just here observing. And I love how his father keeps telling him, if only you was born
If
first.
only you were first. If only
you was first, you're just perfect, son. So
Which is interesting because the current crown prince, the first prince, has just lost his position
horribly.
because our boy figured out that, hey, wait a second, even if it wasn't his intention, he was planning on like poisoning you, and he has been doing this in the background. So logically, it dictates that he's probably trying to kill you now. And the king just goes, "I'm gonna be honest with you, kid. I already knew. But the fact that you're telling me means I now have to do something about it. So
No
I'm
lie.
gonna deal with it."
I was mad at him. I was mad because when he said, "Oh yeah, I knew. I haven't touched the wine." I'm like,
He's like, "I'm not stupid, bro." Like, he's like, "Unfortunately, I've been king for too long. Like, I know I'm not stupid."
but just also saying that ideology, saying, as a king, I can't die like that either. And I'm like, you fucking prideful motherfucker.
It's not even pride. It's more like he doesn't want his legacy to be marred by that.
Yeah, more
and he
that.
doesn't want
I
his
get you.
whole family's legacy to be marred by that. So no, he is not allowed to let his kid kill him, because if he does that, that's going to take down his whole house.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if his son stays king, and even if his son is a good king, it does not change the fact that there's a stain on the legacy now.
Yeah.
So he's like, I can't let that happen. And he promotes our boy again, not to crown prince because he can't do that. There's too many princes in the way. That being said, we also see our boy use his mom as a political tool to help another girl get like standing in the palace.
You know the way I understood that so fast is because of Apothecary Diaries.
100%. Yeah,
That's the only reason I understood that so fast, because once you said concubine, inner palace, I'm like, oh, like Apothecary Diaries. Perfect. I'm like, thank you. Like, I was so grateful. Like, they gotta watch the show, and I understood history. Thank you.
He essentially talked to like Li Hua, and said, "Hey, can you help out the new person?"
In a way, like the new
Not
girl.
Mao Mao.
Yeah.
Not Mao Mao. Because Mao Mao's not a concubine. Mao Mao never has been.
Yeah.
It would be like this new concubine who's coming in. So
Yeah.
that's just really neat.
I would like to give a shout out for Easygoing. Because that's one.
That's not the next one on the list. Fuck.
What's your next one? What's your next one? Are you gonna mention all 20 of them?
Yeah, 100%. Next is an adventurer's daily grind at age 29. He lost an arm. He's armless. Don't worry, he got it back. Yeah, that's it. He lost an arm. He got it back. He's a badass. Now we can go to
Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic lord. The only reason I really want to shout this one on my end, chat, is because I love how a lord came and literally the king came and literally said, yo, so while we're talking, I need all honesty, I need all like transparency, like you and me gotta talk, you gotta say what it is. And I love how the lord or the MC kept showing him and everything. He's like, hey, you know, a couple minutes ago we just said I need honesty. Like, yeah. And the lord, the MC, was literally, yeah, I'm telling you the truth. And we have the fucking not the eunuch, what's the girl ranking?
The Viscount. No,
she's
higher than that now.
Viscount.
No, she's higher than that now.
A countess now.
She's a. Oh well, is she still a Viscount?
Yeah, because I don't think she got level up. She spoke for the lords for him to get him level up.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he became a baron.
Yeah, but for him, for her, she said, yeah, my king, whatever he's saying right now, he's being 100% transparent. And then that's when they went to the water and said, hey, these are my mermaid people. She's like, this is Versailles. We don't ever see not one, but two, but a whole fucking clan. And he also got a gift of a purple diamond. And the Lord said, I'm going to make you a sword.
Well, no, it's not a perfect purple diamond. He got given orichalcum, or was it adamantite?
So yeah, some proper orb, like a rare, like ultra rare type of Pokemon type of thing, like super rare. So it's a kind of hard thing to find. And he was like, oh, like this will be so expensive and everything. Like, what can I do with it? And I love how the Lord, the MC, which is out of curiosity, like he didn't do it on purpose, just out of curiosity. He's just like, and let me just make a sword.
He pulled a Rimuru of eating the magic metal immediately, and then like, oh, wait a second, give me that sword. Ah, okay. Pop, 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 like this.
And he presented to the king. He's like, here's your gift.
Got it.
And I love how the king is like, from now on, my apologies. I will not see you as a child, as a lord. I will see you as a man of a lord, as a baron. And my apologies, I was very short-sighted. And that's very true, because when you have those type of characters, like, and I love how he keeps telling himself, I'm gonna live an easy life. And I'm like, bro, you're not gonna live an easy life. You're gonna be easy life, but you think you're gonna be having like a chill, nobody bothering you life. Like, no, bro, you're gonna be busy as hell, because you're gonna make a name of yourself, and you are probably will live an easy life in your 30s and everything, but right at the moment you're gonna be busy as hell. You probably just got engaged with annoying because the girl literally said, I want to be engaged to you, and she's like, no, just forget what you said. Just forget what you said. Don't worry about it.
They're cute.
Adorable. Love it. But that was my little shout out on that. What else you got?
Moving on from that,
Hell mode. We got Hell mode. We also got Dragon Hatchling. How were those two? Because I didn't get to watch them. So how were those two?
Hell mode is getting really gay. Not in a bad way. It's getting really Yuri.
Oh.
It's like disturbingly it's like like why though? Her and Milkit are really close, and then the other girl's getting jealous. There's a sweet atmosphere whenever they're together. But the church is doing some shady shit, and we actually find out that the girl, what's her name, freaking the one who has her eyes sealed shut, her mom is actually gonna come look for her now,
Oh wow.
which is terrifying because now we know that, hey, Ink's mom is a thing, and that is scary as hell.
Okay.
um
Interesting.
we also had the Dean got killed seemingly, and then the new guy who took over um is flaunting his power now. So I don't know. Roll over and die is probably the quintessential thing this season that I'm just getting fatigue. I'm just like, I'm good here, honestly.
And that's crazy because it got shout out by one of the big celebrities that was going on, and he said, "Hey, roll over and die." So it's just crazy that hey, it's
I
me
don't know,
fatigue.
man. It's fatigue, brother. I don't know.
How about our boy Dragon
Um,
Hatchling? Did he make it to save the girl and the village? Because I know the dragon was walking the wood. I mean wood, earth dragon, rock dragon, one of those.
he is currently fighting the rock dragon.
Okay, so the end in this episode copy.
The humans now know that he's a good dragon. He's a good
Hey!
slime.
And did he evolve? By the way, did he evolve in the process, or still haven't chosen to evolve?
His great sage evolved, and his
Hey!
great sage, the voice
Sage.
of the gods, or whatever the hell it's called. So it's great sage.
Yes, good sage.
Great sage evolved, and he's starting to hear like the god, the actual god who is behind everything, go, "Oh, it's such a shame. You're gonna die. I wish you would just run away, run away, run away, run away. You can't win. You can't win." And he goes, "But you're not going to do that. So," and then his great sage powered up essentially, and
Hey,
it gave predictions based on what he would get, like his likelihood of winning the fight if he were to evolve. His likelihood for like the rolling dragon said likelihood of winning the fight is 1%. Likelihood of escaping alive 95%.
interesting.
Likelihood of winning is the little arc dragon is like 5%, and no displayed stat for likelihood to get away. And then likelihood of winning the fight as Jormungand was it said no likelihood of it becoming a tie, or one of you winning was like 50-50.
Oh,
So it was gonna be a tie, right? And likelihood of everybody in the village being killed in the process is 100%. So so it was like, oh, okay. And the only one we didn't see anything about is the demi-human, the demi-lizard, the demi-dragon, or whatever the heck it is.
yes.
We didn't see that evolution tree, so I'm guessing that's what he's gonna pick, because it's probably gonna have better stats.
So that's gonna probably be the next episode. All right, so good. I'm glad that I could be able to watch that when we talk about it next week. Cause that's one
Right.
of the guys slash fantasy that I actually do enjoy. I just didn't get the time for it, and that's not the big ones we do discuss. So glad to hear it was solid. We're gonna see how he defeats the rock dragon. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then hell mode, we got our boy Alan running away from a murder galash, which is actually how his brother Bash is named. And this thing is creepy, and it's toying with him, and it takes him 3 days of running around giving it the slip before he eventually gets away. He unlocks a new ability, the share ability, so he's basically multi-boxing, as he likes to call it, which, if you don't know, that is when you play a game on multiple computers at the same time, or you play the same game on the same computer several times in a row, like you have multiple instances open. So that's essentially what he's doing now, because he can see through his summons eyes. So he has a group of summons. He has his new bird, which can see in the dark. His normal bird, which can see very far, and then he's got his combat summons going out and getting XP during the night while he sleeps, which is kind of broken, but he actually does learn. And spoilers for the light novel. He does figure out that when he is actually asleep, he doesn't get XP, but when he's awake, he does. And it's because if they're fully autonomous, he can get XP, but like because he's asleep, he's not conscious and aware of it, so he's not getting XP, which is interesting. But yeah, I think my rapid fire is done. Let's move on to sentence to be a hero.
Is there anything to say for Champion Witch or not?
Oh yeah,
Because it's just you, so I was like much easier for honorable mention for Champion Witch because I haven't watched the last two, so it's all you.
oh and oh no, never mind. Frieren's right there. For Champion Witch, Luna, our boy, was it Liz is in love with Luna.
Oh yeah, I remember
and
you or
feeling all
Nate saying
types-
that. I remember you mentioned.
feeling all types of emotions, and Luna eventually. Well, Luna hasn't been going to the village very much recently, and to the town. So Luna gets a message saying, "Hey, come please," and we figure out that there are white mages there looking for people, and they catch Luna, and Liz is super sad. But there's another black witch here, and the dude who Luna was with earlier, I think his name is like Henry, right? Henri, actually lets her go, and we learned that it's been quite a while since that happened because Henri has a wife and a family now, which is interesting because we didn't know that. We didn't know how long had passed. Now we get a time frame. It's been at least 10 years since the whole dealio with Luna happened. So time is passing, and we don't where I didn't realize so much time had passed. And it kind of goes with characters that are ageless. That
Yeah,
sometimes
true.
you just don't know how much time is passing because they don't age.
Yeah.
But we're getting the development of that relationship. Liz is using his powers. And getting kind of like, I guess, talked down to by his powers because he's doing things like saving the corrupted beasts, which is something that Luna does, and the people who are supplying his power, the spirits, are going, ew, why would you do that? Why didn't you just kill it? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? So Liz is having like this a little bit of a like conflict with his own powers because his own powers are telling him what he's doing is wasteful, and so
Oh yeah, because
I'm
the
interested
spirits.
in how that's going to develop. Yeah, the spirits,
Yeah, you're right. You're
which
right.
are supplying him his powers, right?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
sometimes in some storytelling, some spirits are actually not twisters. What's the word I'm looking? Jokesters, but that's the word I was gonna look for. Yeah, but like jokesters, like they will twist their lives in some storytelling with spirits. So
I
who
don't
knows?
think that is. I think it's just that they see it as corruption. And they're like, it needs to be purged. Whereas the black witches are trying to help everybody, which is interesting. Again, another instance where the black or the evil like faction is actually doing the good thing. The more like the more altruistic thing than the white or the good side. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Talking about interesting and talking about good and bad factions, how do we feel about Sentence to Be a Hero episode 9 and 8? I did get to finish episode 8. I didn't get to finish episode 9. So I will just follow up with you how you feel about this. But my thoughts is like, I love how in episode 8, you know, our boy Dota was trying to convince him like to be like the ex-husband, the cheating wife and everything like that, and the comedy of the Adventure Guild, and Xylo with him, being on all 10 toes. Like, we can't, like, that's something that I really love in the conference room that he spoke up and said, we technically cannot trust each other in this room, then even trust the people under us that we command. Like, we know we have a traitor here, and we need to find that out pronto. So I really loved how that built on from episode 8 to episode 9, but I don't know what happened in episode 9, so I'm gonna go pass it to you, Graham. How did you feel how everything connected from 8 and 9?
I mean, we get some really cool reveals. Our boy, we kind of thought he was something weird. It turns out he is just Spriggan, so we were right. And they're purging. They're just kind of like purging the order now, and I'm interested to see what Silo's gonna do about it, because the people got away and everybody involved is now dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Xylo's really got it in for him, and the Spriggan character is really worrying because he mentions that all it takes to bribe humans is money, and he knows that. So I'm wondering if that's what's going on with the church. If that's the corruption, if it's really just money, it's that simple.
But then
That's kind of bad.
But then we also saw in the previous episode 8 that with Dota and his flashback with him not having the arm and telling the trial, the court, the people, like, hey, the prince is actually the one that told me to save him. He told me that something is wrong with the king. There's something wrong with the people. There's something wrong with the family, the royal family. We gotta investigate. And the court,
which again, we get another instance of, like you said, the court, the priests covering for the corruption, the people that are wrong, the people that are clearly influenced by something different, they're covering it up again, so they're involved. So there's just corruption all throughout the highest order of people, and we don't know how far it goes down, because that's insane. Like at this point, the whole system is borked.
yeah,
Like, nobody can be, like, at the very least, the highest authority of this empire is turned. And that's why a lot of these heroes are heroes for things that, yeah, maybe they did something bad, but they shouldn't have been made heroes. Like, they're given these untoward punishments because in some way or another they got too close to the truth.
yep.
So we already knew what Xylo's dealio was. He figured out that the goddesses are turning into the demon lords. So they're like, well, we can't have you telling that to anybody, so
Yeah, like, don't fucking reveal my secrets. If not, you're gonna turn you into heroes and make you our bitches and slash slaves. You will stay shut and you will not tell anybody what the truth is. And I love how Venomem, I believe that's his name. He's like he's the reporter that knows the actual truth, but he can't reveal it. So it's like he's in the tip of the tongue that's trying to have Xylo like, can you believe me? So we could try to investigate this together. But Xylo is doing his own path, his own journey, and
it's not even that. I think Xylo's trying to not see it, because if he admits that is what's happening, and me and Neko have talked about this, whether he like understands and like he's trying not to see it or not, but it almost feels like he understands that it's that bad, but he doesn't want to admit it. Because the second he admits it's that bad, that means he no longer has any allies, except for the heroes.
that's a good point. That is a tough pill to swallow. It's not playing ignorance because you're aware of it, but you're waiting for the right opportunity to find out what's the real truth. So it's like it's a hard between the line to grasp. But so I see where you're coming from when it comes to Xylo. Yeah, that's a tough cookie and everything. But Frieren, Beyond the Journey's End. We are 2 episodes left before we end this series, before we end the season. Because quick reminder, chat, this is only a 9-episode arc, so we're literally almost at the end. Because in the past 2 episodes, we're literally having just not say like a conversational aspect, more like, I feel like the best way I could call it is like a slice of life episode until we get to the big fight, which is gonna be episode 8 and 9. The big fight of a 4-sword man, anaconda type of lizard is what I'm calling it, and we have 2 mages, but we don't know where that little girl is because I believe that little girl's hiding, or not sure if she's a type of combatant, type of demon, but it's interesting dynamic that we're gonna see Genos or Gene or his name in between those lines and Stark team up, but then Genos' power got revealed in the end of episode 7 that he has fucking archangel wings, like very dark color and everything. Like he looks like he has some type of like demon wings, and that demon recognized that, so he's aware of the type of magic is using, so that's pretty cool. And Frieren, I love how she's telling Fern, you got this, you can defeat him, no issues, I believe in you. And Fern's like, I don't think I can, like, and I love how Frieren's like, yeah, but you're the first mage, you're the first class mage, you became first class, like, bitch, Frieren, you technically is first class mage too, it's just you didn't get approved because the other elf bitch don't like you. That's literally it. Frieren, you are first class mage status or above. You're just choosing not to take that title because the other elf don't like you or don't want to approve you. So yeah, Fern, I believe in you. You got this.
Damn. Imagine Fern loses right now.
I believe in Fern. I believe in Fern. Hey.
I mean, Fern's not gonna lose, to be honest. I think we already know how the fights are gonna handle, like with the Frieren, Fern, and the other girl. Like they're gonna win. Though the interesting thing is what's gonna happen with our boyo Stark and our other first class mage.
Yeah.
Like how bad is this gonna go?
Yeah.
Stark's not gonna die, right? There's no way. So
do
they hold out for Frieren to get there, or are they going to take it out themselves? That's the real question here.
But also, this is going to be a learning curve or learning lesson for Stark as well, because he hasn't fought somebody that's stronger than possibly Eisen. Because even Frieren said that all the other general demons we fought was stronger than Eisen, is what she told Stark. So, like, how is Stark going to handle this by accepting that his teacher had a struggle to fight these type of generals? So for Stark to realize that, how is he gonna take this challenge? Because I don't think Frieren told Stark that Eisen, the reason that Eisen counter him is because he felt that fear, that scaredness that Stark will become stronger than Eisen. So I'm waiting for him to realize, like, bro, you are actually powerful. You're probably the one holding yourself back with your full strength, your full power. So you're able to do a lot more. You're just not executing it. So only time will tell.
I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here. I imagine Stark's going to win, but is he gonna win, or are we gonna get a showdown from the first class mage he's with? That's all I'm really wondering about.
Yeah, and plus he was cocky enough saying that I'm used to not having a frontliner, like he's able to do it without it. So I'm curious to see how his style of comeback is. So that's also very curious to see how that goes.
Indeed.
Other than that, I got no more thoughts for Frieren, and I'm ready to wrap our show up because, hey, chat, we are end with our show. We did a good 40 minutes or less for, ISEKAI Fantasy, and I feel like that's a good conversation for us, for talking the ears off of our chat in the community, talking about ISEKAI Fantasy, because, hey, we've come to end our show. Will we talking about the week 9, week 8 top 10 ranking? Look, chat, I don't got one, and I know man got himself don't got one, but I will.
You don't know that.
Are you gonna make one up in your mind right now in process?
No. Last week it was number 1 was for me was Vigilantes.
Understood. Agreed.
That's all I got.
All right then. I'm gonna shout out Fire Force. I'm gonna shout out Fire Force and JJK.
Shout out Vigilantes.
Yeah, I want to shout out Fire Force JJK. Those were very solid. I want to shout out UNR Polar Opposite for the dub. Really enjoyable. Still is a hitter for that aspect on a weekly basis. Frieren, very solid. I do plan to catch up to my SHIBOYUGI. And also, you know,
go ahead.
I was gonna say a big shout out to also Medalist, even though I haven't seen it. I can't wait to watch the 2 episodes I haven't seen to see how our girl's gonna get over this hurdle. But remember, we have just no chat. We're literally wrapping up a lot of episodes in the next coming weeks. Literally, there's some that are literally gonna end in 2 weeks, 2 episodes. There's some that are gonna end in 4 weeks. So don't worry. We're on a week 9, then we got week 10, 11, 12, and 13 for our wrapping, and then we start spring season and we hit it on all gears. Cause hey, there's going to be big ones. There's some episodes, some shows I'm not going to be talking about. Some will be rapid fire. So please, chat, if you want some actual selective shows, this spring season we'll have it because there's a lot of bangers in this season coming up. So trust me, stay tuned. But if you guys want to confirm, please write in the comment section down below to let us know what shows you actually want for us to be discussing on a weekly basis. Because hey, it helps us out to know what you guys are conversating. It really does.
Yeah, I think the one thing I would feel remiss if I didn't bring up, the Invisible Girl, the Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife was a really good episode. It was really cute. They went out to a hot spring. I had to throw that in, because I forgot about it. Anyway, yeah.
Other than that, like I said,
I'm excited for next season though. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for next season. AK, you know, right here from my analyst, it says One Piece Season 2 comes out in 27 days and 8 hours. So it's like, just say that, like, goddamn, we're literally around the corner of a Season 2.
Bro, ReZero, Slime, Classroom of the Elite, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, fucking Ascendance of a Bookworm.
Chat, I don't know why he's reminding me all those secrets that we're talking about, and it's just funny. Chat, quick reminder, we have a co-host Crash that don't even watch these, so these are gonna be fucking interesting. He's gonna be just ghosting for an hour.
By the way.
Oh yeah, I know we're hype about that. Nate is the only one that reads it, I believe, or I'm not sure if the other panelists does read it, but I know that Nate and also dropped his box, but he's not part of this show, but he's part of Weaves of the Ring and also with the future SHONEN. I know he does read it. Ace of Diamond, yes. That one, I'm gonna be watching on my own chat, because I will be watching on my queue. I did download some episodes to watch on Tuesday at work, so I did download some episodes to watch, because I have on my analyst where I left off. But other than that, thank you for watching.
Vending Machine? Wait, Vending Machine?
It's not coming out this season. No, there's no way it's coming out this spring season,
bro. It's there. It's on the spring list, bro.
Okay, I gotta double check that shit. No spring season. Hopefully not, man. No, get the fuck out.
It's there.
You lied to me. No, you lied to me. I just think you lied to me. I just think you just gave me false information. But Chad, hopefully you was entertained by this 2-hour episode by me and Mega Grem. We had a good time. We had a good conversation. We did, we spoke our shit. We had a good time. A big shout out to, as always, to MemoryNK and to Neko-chan, who watches everything and everywhere all at once. Wasn't here with us, but they were here in spirit. We shouted them out because, they chime into the conversation on the side. And other than that, comment, subscribe,
and please put in the comment section that UNR Polar Opposites is not as good as in the Clear Moonlight Dusk.
And put in the comment section that Fire Force is amazing and Arthur is delusional as hell. So hey, the power of friendship will surpass, or the power of delusional ass will surpass, and will make you breathe in the sky like you're fucking Superman. Yellow. Other than that, take care. Have a good day. Have a good week. And happy March. Winter is over. Spring is coming. That's all I got. Bye.
Winter is over. The opposite of Game of Thrones. Winter is over.